What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So today it's going to be a little bit of a shorter video, but I do want to bring a couple things to your attention. If you're not paying attention to TCG Player every single day, these are things you've probably not seen. So we're going to talk a little bit about Paldea Vault because on TCG Player, these boxes are starting to rebound again. We saw about a month ago, early July, these were around $375 on the platform. They dropped all the way down to around $340, $345. We're now seeing them start to climb back up into the 350s, and there's recent sales over the past couple of days. You can see yesterday, $360 all day, every day, and I think there was even one up to like $390, maybe $385. So this box is starting to rebound on TCG Player. On eBay, I think it's probably still around $350, $360. We talked about this on Monday. There was a decent amount still in terms of supply that you could buy in that range, and a lot of it had to do with Hobbiesville having boxes. And I believe P Football Pete had like maybe 4 or 5 cases left. So I'm not saying this box is going to jump back up to $400, but I think people are kind of coming to a consensus that $330 for Paldea Evolved is maybe a little bit too cheap at this point. That's just my assumption based on recent sales. So next up, Destin Rivals booster boxes actually going the opposite direction over the past week. We all know that these were climbing up to around $315, $320. They're now dropping back down to around $305, and most recent sales are fairly close to $300. Obviously, I have one here, $314.01 from today, but most of the recent sales are right around $300. You even have a couple sales, $295, $294. So people are pulling back a little bit from Destin Rivals. Kind of makes sense again. Like, this is a very new set release. The fact it was already over $300 is kind of wild. Now, with that said, the PC ETBs of Destin Rivals are actually doing the complete opposite, and they're starting to run now. We know that these were around $180, $185 a month ago. People weren't paying too much attention to these. I had a couple people, shout out to you guys in the comments, call these, say that, Destin Rivals PCTBs around $180, $190. They're great value. And these have just continued to climb. And over the past week, in particular, have jumped from around $200 now up to pushing $300. I know the graph on TCG Player says $253. If you come in here and look at recent sales, though, from today, $300, $300, obviously a couple lower ones, $220, $245. But we are seeing sales break $300. And I think you can probably find these a bit cheaper on eBay still. But over the past day, because I actually tried to pick a couple of these up, I was curious. A lot of eBay sellers, at least in North America, that I sent offers out to, have actually moved their prices up about $100 on their boxes. So these might be set to climb. I don't think they're going to do a 151 climb, but they could potentially rise to $300, $325. That isn't outside the realm of possibility, considering the booster box is still in that range. And speaking of 151, this is the last thing I want to bring up in this video. It is going to be a shorter video, guys, I promise. $750 on TCG Player right now. The most recent sales over the past week or so, going back to early August, $900, $855, $850, and another one at $850 from today. So we don't cover these as often in the spreadsheet anymore. I do it once per month, and I haven't really seen anyone talking about these over the past week. So I just wanted to jump in here and say that they are continuing to climb. I still would not be surprised if these reach $1,000 by the end of the year. It really does seem like where we're at in the hobby right now and the new money coming in, people are being very selective with what they're buying. In XY era, it's Phantom Forces, it's Flashfire. In Sun and Moon era, it's Team Up, it's Cosmic Eclipse, maybe a little bit of Unbroken Bonds, Unified Minds. Sword and Shield era, Evolving Skies, Fusion Strike, Lost Origin. In SV era, it's looking like 151 and Destin Rivals. Also, I do want to make an announcement in this video. The Discord server is live. It is fairly bare bones, but a lot of you guys were asking for one. I figured I'd set one up. Over time, I'll try and add in some bots. If people have recommendations, there's a channel to leave them, or also you can just DM me on Discord. I'll leave a link in the description down below if you want to join up. Again, just, don't be weird. Be a normal human, right? Be respectful. There's a rule page there. So as long as people follow that and have good intentions, I think it'll be all right. If you guys got some value out of this content, I'd really appreciate if you leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. It helps out a ton. Also, if you're shopping eBay, TCG Player, Hobbiesville, I have affiliate links down below. They're free and easy to use. I get small kickbacks. So it's a great way to support me continuing to make these videos for you guys. With all that said, thank you so much for watching the video. Stay safe wherever you are in the world, and I'll catch you in the next one.